Bullies, take that. Big stars who have been bullied have been speaking out about their own experiences. Watch this.
There were times where we would be in the halls getting our books out of the lockers, and I will never forget a kid screamed down the hall and he said, "Your show sucks," just like that, out loud in front of all the kids. And I said, you know what, I'm sick and tired of this. I'm finally going to say something. And then I turned around and I said, well, the checks don't.
What do you think it's like for that kid who's scared and they hear Justin Bieber say, it's happened to me, and there is help?
You know, I think that it's about telling people, and, you know, if you're a bystander too, you know, tell somebody, because a lot of times it's just not spoken of, and then you end up just keeping it all inside, and then it just hurts even more.
Well, now there is a brand new campaign to literally stomp out bullying, and all the nerds are uniting. Former star of that '70s show, Wilmer Valderrama, is now a spokesperson for the new campaign by Wonka, the maker of NERDS candy. Wilmer, joining me from Hollywood. Great to see you as always, Wilmer.
Hey, nice to see you, brother. How have you been?
I've been great, and I have to tell you, I heard you were involved with this campaign. I have a hard time saying your name and nerd in the same sentence. I think a lot of people would agree with me. But look, man, I think it is terrific that you're the spokesperson for this new anti-bullying campaign. Why was it important for you to get involved?
It's really exciting. I'll tell you, man. I'll beg to differ on that, man. I think it takes a big nerd to actually create Fez on that '70s show. To be completely
well,
honest.
There's that.
There is that, you know. But you know, I was very, very proud of this campaign. You know, and through the last couple of years, I've seen how this crisis, you know, has spread like a bad disease throughout the teens in America, and I've seen a lot of the entertainment industry embrace a few formats and a few ways of not just coping, but really trying to raise awareness. And it was not until I got together with the Wonka and Stomp Out Bullying, which we came up with a great campaign, which was Nerds Unite. And Nerds Unite basically stands for individuality, you know, being original, being you know, being understanding that being different is actually a cool thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll tell you, it's one of those situations where I think that a lot of teens today, they just need permission to be themselves. I think that society and the media and the entertainment industry has dictated this imagery of what cool is and what hip is and what you know, what the in thing is today, and following trends. So, you know, it's important that right now we basically look at these teens and we go, hey man, it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to have different views. It's okay to have different interests, and that's where we live. You know, I mean, we live in a place right now where we need to empower them to be themselves in order to create a different nation.
And I know for you, and I think this would surprise a lot of people, you actually got bullied and hassled when you first moved to this country because, well, quite frankly, you couldn't speak the language.
That's exactly right, and that's why I think it was so important for me to join this movement. You know, I thought, you know, when I first came to the United States and I didn't know how to speak English, you know, once I learned how to speak English, then I had an accent, and even then it was even harder, because when you have an accent and you're 14 years old, you know, that small community, you know, somehow they think about, you know, well, you're dumb, you're not smart.
Yeah.
And it was not until I was able to embrace my individuality and the ability to be different, and remembering my roots, that I was able to stand my ground and say, hey, you know what, I'm allowed to have different views. I'm allowed to be different.
Yeah, and that is why you're such a great role model for this, and I'm so glad you're doing it, Wilmer. It's always great to see you. And for more information on Wilmer's new campaign, make sure you go to facebook.com/Wonka. Thank you so much.